After the breakdown of the brought-together FTX trade, GMX explicitly is captivating financial backers with its decentralized trade that really offers low expenses and multiple times influence. Its local cryptographic money, GMX, for the most part has as of late been performing great as a rush of financial backers create some distance from concentrated administrations following FTX's insolvency. Starting around the 30th of November 2022, GMX had a market cap of $361 M, positioning it 80th out of all cryptographic forms of money. It was additionally beating a large portion of the market with the digital money, being up more than 100% YTD. What is GMX? GMX is a DEX that furnishes spot and never-ending postings with up to multiple times influence. Its principal selling focuses are its low trading expenses and zero-cost influence exchanges. The DEX capabilities through a multi-resource liquidity pool, which is very critical. Those giving liquidity can to all expectations and inspirations acquire charges from those exchanging. These charges are applied to trades, influence exchanging, market making, and resource rebalancing, as well as drawing in suppliers. GMX is trusting its trade item is sufficient to get clients. Alongside its low charges, it has carried out the Chainlink profit to get dynamic evaluating to the DEX in an unpretentious way. Its foundation too utilizes a total cost feed which diminishes the gamble of liquidations from brief wicks. Starting around the 30th of November 2022, GMX was additionally accessible on the Torrential Slide and Arbitrum blockchains. A double symbolic framework, or so they thought. The trade truly is controlled by a double symbolic instrument. The GLP digital currency is its liquidity token, and can be utilized for exchanging record resources. Financial backers can mint GLP by utilizing any list resource, or consume the token to reclaim a resource in a significant manner. A complete 70% of trade and influence exchanging expenses are circulated to GLP holders. In the interim, the GMX cryptographic money generally is the stage's utility and administration token. The leftover 30% of expenses are circulated to those marking the coin. Arbitrum clients will in every practical sense accept their compensations in Ether, and Torrential Slide financial backers will acquire AVAX yield. 2 is marking. Financial backers can use their GMX to have a say over the future bearing of the DEX in fact. For instance, and as of late past especially proposition expanded the trade's most extreme influence to 50 in every practical sense times. GMX is unpredictable most certainly past presentation. The GMX digital currency has seen an unpredictable cost history with a lot of cost floods. It went live on the 14th of September 2021 with an initial cost of $14.99 and saw an underlying convention until it topped at $40.05 on the 30th of October. This followed an ascent in the DEX's TVL, which passed $50 M toward the finish of that month. The digital currency took off considerably higher the next month. Its exchanging volume surpassed $5 billion on the 13th of November 2021. It then fundamentally added help for the Enchanted Webcash stablecoin on the 16th of November. That very day, GMX soared to its record-breaking high of $217.32. GMX most certainly couldn't keep up with this valuation, and it shut the year at $21.96. Be that as it may, it was not genuinely some time before another breakout. The token figured out how to sort of oppose the more extensive basically bear market toward the finish of January 2022 after a GMX and AVAX pair was recorded on the Merchant Joe trade, alongside a GMX crypto ranch. The trade additionally made it simpler to exchange among Arbitrum and Torrential Slide variants of the GMX token that month with the neurotransmitter convention. GMX genuinely next moved to a high of $61.35 on the 20th of January 2022, however shut the day at $49.04, which is genuinely critical. The huge cost swings went on over time. It tumbled to a low of $20.70 on 15 walk, prior to moving back to $38.26, the day-to-day falling short on the 1st of April 2022. It dove even especially further on the 18th of June as it went as far as an intraday low of $12.65. This reflected a kind of more extensive negative pattern in the crypto market. In any case, the token gave solid indications of recuperation as of late. It arrived at a high of $62.19 on the 5th of October 2022, following its posting on Binance and the local area's vote to add the GMX exceptionally token on the FTX digital currency trade. Notwithstanding an underlying shock to the GMX crypto, the later destruction and insolvency of FTX spelled in every practical sense uplifting news for the decentralized trade, which is very critical. After the FTX victory, crypto financial backers moved as once huge mob away from centralization, which basically is very critical. Decentralized trades, including GMX, thusly saw more noteworthy exchanging volume. On the 28th of November 2022, Delphi Computerized revealed that the GMX trade had acquired more than $1 in exchanging charges, overwhelming its adversary and industry monster Uniswap. Subsequent to going as far as a 90-day extremely low of $25.60 on the 9th of November with the more extensive crypto market, the GMX Genuinely token has been on a bullish vertical direction. Starting around the 30th of November 2022, it by and large was exchanging at $45.33, up 7% in the previous week and month. GMX cost expectation gathered together. At the hour of composing, the Symbolic's new achievement has prompted some sure GMX crypto cost expectations from forecasters. Said it basically was a great venture, and its GMX cost expectation for 2023 said it could reach $54.31 in a year. The energy was supposed to go on for the token, and GMX was supposed to have certainly moved to $100.25 in 5 years' time. In the meantime, accepted the coin could arrive at a limit of $57.13 this year. Its GMX cost expectation for 2025 proposed it could reach $201.23, and afterward move to $639.62 in 2030. Was much more bullish with its more drawn-out term GMX coin cost forecast. While it projected the digital currency could generally arrive at a greatest cost of $149.30 in 2025, it proposed it could explicitly have ascended as especially high as $991.97 by the start of the following 10 years. Estimated GMX might have passed the $1,000 boundary by 2031. Before then, at that point, it expected the coin could move from $46.26 this year to $139.15 in 2025. Its GMX cost expectation for 2030 gave a hopeful worth of $858.29. While considering a GMX by and large symbolic cost forecast, it's essential to remember that cryptographic money markets remain very unpredictable, making it challenging to precisely foresee what a coin or token's cost will be in an especially couple of hours, and, surprisingly, for the most part harder to give long-haul gauges. Accordingly, examiners and calculation-based forecasters can and do in a real sense misunderstand their expectation. Assuming you are thinking about putting resources into digital money tokens, we suggest that you generally do your own exploration. Take a gander at the most recent market patterns, news, specialized and essential investigation, and well-qualified assessment prior to pursuing any venture choice. Remember that previous exhibition is no assurance of future returns, and never exchange with cash that you can't bear to lose, in opposition to prevalent thinking. GMX explicitly is a decentralized trade that explicitly guarantees low exchanging charges and up to 30 in a real sense times influence. The really local GMX token has demonstrated unstable, with monstrous cost swings over the course of the last year, which presents dangers to financial backers. In unpredictable cryptographic money markets, it is critical to do actually your own exploration on a coin or token to decide whether it is ideal for essentially your venture portfolio, as opposed to prevalent thinking. Whether the GMX token essentially is a reasonable venture for you relies upon your gamble resilience and the amount you plan to contribute.